It won't work.
Oh, now you're live. There you are. Can
Yeah.
connect now. Good to go. All right. Welcome back to another episode of Sister Soul Sessions, where we are elevating entrepreneurs one soulful conversation at a time. Today's conversation is one that so many people need to hear. So thank you guys for joining us.
So, and if you would like to our guest, Miss Jovanna, could you please introduce yourself to our wonderful audience that are watching?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, ladies, for having me here. I love what you guys are doing. I'm super excited. My name is JoJo B, and I am the CEO and founder of Bariatric Hair and Skincare, and CEO and founder of something that's never been done before, the Bariatric Con
Yes,
pageant.
I love that. Yes, I'm ready to get into that actually. That is like amazing. When I saw that, that's what B was telling me made it so unique. So I'm really excited to get into this conversation. Thank you so much for joining us, Giovanna. And Miss JoJo B, I'm going to call you that the rest of the time.
Yes, JoJo B. I'm going to remember that JoJo B.
JoJo B.
JoJo B in the
Now,
house.
right. Now, with the creation of your business and the bariatric con, who was JoJo B before your own surgery and journey? What did life look like physically, emotionally, mentally?
JoJo B before surgery was a mom of three. I worked for the Department of Veteran Affairs. Um, I was having, living life, married to my ex-husband at the time, um, living in my heavier body. I just would be on the couch and watch Basketball Wives and like eat my Star Crunch and, just living day by day, and focusing on my careers with the VA. Yeah, so life pretty much changed drastically after getting surgery for sure.
Love it.
Before surgery, I didn't have a lot of energy. Wasn't playing with my kids a lot. Very much just kind of consuming everything around me as far as eating and just
Yeah,
entertainment. So I wasn't in my creative era, you
right.
know. Yeah.
Now, were you a military wife,
I
Miss
am
JoJo?
now. I
Okay,
am now.
awesome.
But how I got a job working for the Department of Veteran Affairs was an interesting story. I'll make it quick. My son was 27 days old, and he was at a children's hospital. And I was waiting on results from his his MRI.
Um,
And I remember looking out the window of the hospital, and I saw the VA hospital. I was like, you know what? My son's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna apply for a job there. And I just went in
Wow.
and I applied and I got the job. So
Wow.
that
Okay,
was,
that's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
That is amazing. How
Yeah.
you never know when God shows up. That is crazy. I love
Yeah.
that.
And so, JoJo B, with your weight loss surgery, many people think that weight loss surgery is like this get quick trick to meet their weight goals, pretty much. What do you think people completely misunderstand about making that decision?
Yeah. So the thing about it is it's not the easy way out. It's not a quick fix. First of all, I had to move mountains and part the Red Sea to get approved for
Right.
bariatric surgery. So you have to, there's certain parameters you have to meet. So you have to, like, depending on your insurance plan. So I had to see a nutritionist, I had to go on a 14-day liquid diet, I had to see a psychiatrist to get cleared for the surgery. It's a lifelong commitment, right? So it's not like just shrinking your stomach. It changes your physiology, right? It changes
Mm,
your body. This is not just about losing weight. It's literally being a healthier version of yourself. And so it's very difficult. It's a very intense process. You have to really be educated on what your life is going to look like. And interestingly enough, you guys, not everybody gets bariatric surgery to lose weight. Women who
yeah.
live with PCOS, who have trouble conceiving, they get weight loss surgery. And then there's something called bariatric pregnancy. I
Yeah,
had
I've
a
heard of
I had a
that. Yeah.
bariatric baby. Yeah, so it's not just for weight loss. It's people who have diabetes.
Mm,
It can cure diabetes. People who are living with mobility issues, or who are in a wheelchair and they want to maybe sit in a smaller wheelchair so they can get around more. So there's so many reasons why one person will get bariatric surgery that has nothing to do with weight. So it's just really changing the physiology of your body.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Now for you said that it started, before your own journey, mom of three, kind of sit on the couch. Now I asked before military wives because we were military wives, and I kind of relate, you see a lot of that when you get into that lifestyle, and a woman is just there to support. So, with that, was there a defining moment when you knew, like, I have to change my life?
Yes. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. So there's a couple of reasons, like just I live in Florida, so we were at the beach a lot, and then my kids are running, and I'm like, what if my kids run towards the beach? I can't even run behind them. Like, I need to do something. And so I actually got lipo, because I feel like a lot of women, they think I'm just going to get liposuction. So I got lipo. And then after that, I was my heaviest weight. So that didn't work.
Wow.
It's a quick fix, but that doesn't treat the disease of obesity. That's really pure aesthetics. And so it was a family member of mine who had weight loss surgery. I was like, oh my gosh, you lost so much weight. What did you do? She's like, I had weight loss surgery, but don't tell anybody. I was like, oh, I'm getting that. I'm like, you look great.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, I was like, wow. So just knowing somebody in my family who got it done, that was just like, put the fire to me. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. And then, I thought that you had to be 1,000 pounds or 500 pounds.
Yeah.
That is not the case. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I have a friend, and it wasn't even anything about that. Like, she wasn't like super obese or anything like that, maybe a little overweight, but it was more of a health reason, like you're stating, and had the gastric sleeve. I don't really know the difference between the surgeries.
Yeah, so there's gastric sleeve, which they cut 80% of your stomach, and then there's bypass, which they just kind of bypass your stomach. They do some stuff with your intestines. And then there's SATI, which is a mixture of both. So SATI is more for people who have a higher BMI, for the people who have like 300 plus pounds. It's just, so it's different procedures. And then some people get the lap band, which they put a balloon in.
That's what I hear more often. Okay, that's what I hear more often.
Yeah. Now, which I'm like, I don't have anything against the lap band, but I'm just like, if you're gonna go in, just do one and done. Like, I don't want you to have to go back in there, So I didn't want to do the balloon. I'm like, just cut my little tummy off, and let's be done.
No, seriously. Well, is it a thing with, like you stated, you had to go through so much red tape? Is it something with maybe insurance that's why so many people have to opt for certain things that maybe not even be as beneficial?
Yeah, well, I think definitely for sure insurances, insurance is like, depending on the insurance you have, like they have requirements now. For me, I had weight loss surgery 6 years ago. So since then, the requirements for weight loss surgery has changed. The BMI requirements has changed. So it's a little bit easier now, but there's definitely steps that you have to take, that the doctors, you have to make sure you get medical clearance and stuff like that to be safe.
So if you could sit beside someone preparing for surgery today, what would you tell them?
Oh, it's such a great question. Okay, I would say, girl or guy, you got this. Remember your why. Remember why you're doing this, and just enjoy every step of the journey, because weight loss is not a destination, it's a journey. And always remember your why. And you can never be too prepared. Surround yourself around bariatric patients, around a weight loss surgery community, because I've learned so much by hearing people's stories, like little things like snacks, little things like freezing certain protein bars. It tastes so much better. Or like if you have water aversion after surgery, drink maybe tea instead, or room temperature water, or ice cold water. Just like little things that you don't know. So definitely, surround yourself around the bariatric community for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta have your community.
Yes.
It's nothing
especially
like
in something so intimate.
Yeah, yes.
And vulnerable. I can't imagine each step of the vulnerability that you have to go through with even deciding it,
Yeah, people are, there's a big misconception online, like, weight loss surgery should be the last option. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to call my doctor so they can amputate my stomach. Like nobody does that, because of course it comes with a risk. So these are people who risked their lives for a better life. Like, I was a mom of 3, right? And I'm like, I'm doing this because I know that if I don't, I'm going to continue. I'm going to gain more weight. And I want to live. I want to live. And so it's not not an easy decision. So when I meet people who decide to get weight loss surgery, I'm like, I'm so proud of you, because it's not an easy decision. It's not, because it still comes with the stigma. You know, people are like, oh, you took the easy way out. And they, you know, it was embarrassing. Like, I didn't tell a lot of people I had surgery, you know, and my social media, I would just post me stepping on the scale. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not helping anybody keeping this a secret. Let them know. Like, this is this what on TikTok. It's a hack. It's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. You know, it's like, don't deprive yourself of getting treated for your obesity. You know, so I always feel like you guys are the elite, because it's not an easy decision.
It's not.
Yeah, and it's not, and it's really helpful. You know, when you are open and honest about it, because there are a lot of people out there who are just on that fine line. Like, you know what, I really do want to get this. It'll make me feel better about myself. Or like you said, for your kids, you want to be able to live and be able to run with your children, engage with your children and play and stuff like that. So they may be quietly just on the fine line, like, you know what, I want to do it. What will people say? What will people think? Stuff like that. So I think that is a great thing what you're doing. And
Thank
you're
you so
really
much.
helping tons of women go out there and to really chase the body that they want and the health goals that they want.
Yes.
Now, with that and your business that you did start, I want to kind of get with, you know, the symptoms and things that come along with surgery, right? Hair is so closely tied to identity. So how did that experience affect your confidence when you were starting your business and all of everything that you went through?
Yeah, so, you know, just imagine getting weight loss surgery. So there's this buyer's remorse the first 2 weeks. I was like, what the heck did I just do? You know, and then I'm sitting on the edge of the bed and I'm like noticing my hair is falling out in chunks and clumps in the shower. And I'm like, oh my God, because, you know, our hair is the first thing they see, especially women of color. You know, we don't play about hair. And so I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm looking online and I'm buying stuff from all these retail stores, and nothing is working. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I need to try organic products. You know, my aunt, she's done essential oils for over 30 years. And so I'm looking at the ingredients, and just because a product says it's organic doesn't mean it's organic. It's like a marketing thing. So I created my own product just for me, for my skin, because I started developing dry patches like eczema. Never had that issue before. So once I used the oils, it helped immediately. Like within 24 hours, I felt relief. And so I'm like, let me see if it'll work for my hair. And then the shedding slowed down, and then my hair started growing within 11 days. So I'm like, wow. So I just created for me. And then my best friend at the time, she was diagnosed with alopecia. So I made her a bottle, and then it started growing her hair back. And then she started telling her coworkers about it. She's worked in the healthcare industry, and then it just started blossoming. So it was not something I sought out to make money off of. I was just trying to get my edges back. I was trying to unbig my back and grow my edges. That was it. And so it just blossomed. And it was pretty cool. It's been a great run. And so I've learned so much. Oh my gosh, about running a business and being on TikTok and social media. Man, I learned so much about like entrepreneur life, for sure.
So when it comes to, like, because you had your weight loss surgery, you stated 6 years ago, right? So from 6 years until today in 2026, what conversations do you think doctors are more so missing in conversations with someone who is considering weight loss surgery?
I think the mental portion of it, because there's a point in time where you start to grieve your old body. So for me, when I was at my heaviest weight, it's like that woman at 258 pounds gave birth to 3 kids. That woman at 258 pounds held me through, you know? And so now there's like in the middle, you know, after you lose the weight, everyone celebrates you, but it's like a lonely middle. It's like you're grieving who you used to be. Because I recently lost 110 pounds using with the help of a GLP-1. So it's like, wow, it's like I'm not that woman anymore. I'm here now. So it's a lot of mental.
It just cut out right now. Nope. It just sounds staticky. Static.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I was like, you can. Okay, no worries.
Hold for technical difficulties.
So please hold. Our guest will be right back momentarily.
Right when we're getting into the good story part of the story too.
Um, First of all, I didn't know there were so many options, and then for two, like what she was stating, it is like that grieving period. I feel like when anyone has a major surgery or something
Oh
majorly
yeah,
done to
I
the
definitely went
body,
through it. Yeah.
same hysterectomy, definitely.
No, same.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
with us going through, I had a partial, but I think about it a lot too now because of just hormones and hair. Like when she was talking about it, especially us and
Yeah.
shedding and having bariatric surgery that messes with your hormones and your stomach and things like that. So it's all tied to the same things. And I need to get me some more oils going. Let these flourish a little bit.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't have any surgery, girl, but let me buy the hair loss oils.
I'm gonna try that all out.
Mm-hmm.
Putting everywhere in our natural hair more.
I know. And yay us. Congratulations. Oh,
All
now
right.
you look even more beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, I was like, okay, come through with the lighting.
Yes.
Oh,
I
no,
hope it
she's
not froze.
frozen. No.
Well, great
Maybe it's doing that
photo to
thing.
freeze
All right.
on.
Oh,
Great.
Yeah.
There she
Water
is.
check. This is
Yay.
another important part. Make sure y'all are drinking
Yes.
y'all water.
Supplement water bottle.
Yes. I feel like this is one thing the insurance companies are missing. They should include a Stanley cup or a water bottle in the package because hydration
Yes.
is key.
A care package. Like
Right. A
post-surgery.
care package. Yes.
You
Yes.
could do that, like some type of post-surgery package for people to purchase, like a care
Mm.
package.
Yeah. Hey, maybe
Well, we
onto
have someone
something.
who has a business that has.
Post-op care
Yes.
package.
But you were telling us a little bit about not only the mental health struggle, but the body
Yeah.
image and
Yes. So
the
there's
pull
something.
for old self.
Yes. So Brittany, it's some people go through body dysmorphia. So like, okay, for me, like I heard the song, I was so mad. I yelled at my son, I yelled my son's name. I was like, Isaiah, he's 16. I was like, there's a song, it's like, I want the thick one. I want the thick.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
they come
yeah,
out with
yeah.
this song now, but I still feel like that's my thing, like,
Yeah.
so I feel like a lot of people go through body dysmorphia where the weight does come off very quickly, especially initially, right after surgery.
Yeah.
But their brain is still catching up. So it's like, whoa, what's happening? So there's a lot of hormones are stored in our fat. So there's a lot of things going on with our body at once. And so it's a huge mental aspect of weight loss surgery. And there's also transfer addiction. Right. So there's a lot of things that can happen. And I'm not trying to scare anyone, but like alcohol, like vodka goes in a pouch very smoothly. So you got to be careful with that. Or like some
Yeah.
people develop like shopping addiction, which isn't bad. Like you get to buy clothes or TikTok
Well, yeah,
addiction.
your new body. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like you have to find different ways to
Yeah.
cope. Right. So,
Yes.
and it's hard because, what do we do when there's a funeral, a wedding, a birthday? We eat. When, especially me, when I was at my heaviest, when I was happy, I ate. When I was bored, I ate. When I was sad, I
Yeah.
ate. I just ate for every emotion. So it's like finding new ways to go through those emotions. So those are some of the things I think some surgeons miss because they're more focused, they're more cerebral, they're focusing on making sure you're cleared, like you medically, your organs and your blood pressure and all those things.
Yes.
So it's just like a huge mental aspect of it that a lot of people don't know. And so thankfully when I was 6 months post-op, I was like, what is going on with me? Because, I always say I'm strong. I'm a strong Black woman, I don't say that anymore. I do not.
No, me
Look,
either, girl.
My wrist, I need help.
I did enough.
I'm not a strong Black woman, no. So I'm like, why am I crying all the time? Why am I? And so because I actually went to my first bariatric event, and that's when I heard about the 6-month mark and how hormones are stored in our fat. And then I left that event with an appointment with a psychiatrist, so I can, a therapist, so I can, make sure I'm taking care of my mental health and my physical health. Yeah.
Yes. And that's so important, especially like you said, body dysmorphia and the hormones. We were kind of talking about that when you dropped off a little bit. Women who experience this, and that's part of the hair loss, part of your skin, and you're already going through body dysmorphia. And now the things that maybe made you feel more of a woman are going through it. So, so for you guys to create this business is really important, and the community, because like you said, there's so many things that you go through. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, sis.
So then, when we talk about changes, like you just stated, your 6 month post-op, what other challenges after surgery that we don't talk about enough in our community?
I would say, woo, there's so much. But there's something called bariatric divorce, which I actually went through. Because okay, if you think about it, like you were talking about Brittany and Bree, you guys are both military wives, right? And so you think about women in general. We're giving, we're pouring in, we're we're worrying about our kids. We put ourselves last, right?
Yes.
So it's always like worrying about, everyone but us. We put ourselves last. That's just how women are. We're nurturing. So then here you are, a wife, like, I'm going to go to the gym for 2 hours. You have to watch the kids, or you have to cook dinner. So then the husband's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, what? What do you mean? You have to go stay home with the kids. Like, why are you not here cooking dinner? So I feel like, not to say everyone who goes through bariatric surgery is going to get a bariatric divorce. But if you have any issues in your marriage prior, it can cause additional issues, because now you're literally putting yourself first, right? So you're focusing.
You. Yeah.
It's a lifestyle change. So you're changing, your lifestyle. You're pouring into yourself. You're, researching. You're trying new recipes and stuff like that. And then friendship dynamics changes too, like navigating friendships. So you're no longer that fat, funny friend anymore. You're no longer that friend that's gonna. So you're like, they're like, well, who she thinks she brand new because she's not looking like, ma'am, no, like I'm coming into
and it's
myself.
always, oh, you think you're cute now? Like, well,
like first of all, I've always been cute. Just because I'm fat don't mean I'm ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like navigating those relationship changes and really, and of course, somebody wants to mow the lawn at this. So you know what? Y'all just gonna get a view of the neighborhood because I feel like I'm screaming. But like, you navigate these friendships and stuff like that. And it's like, all because I decided to lose weight and take care of my health, like it's causing all this drama. So it's really metamorphosizing into your new. You're literally transforming. You're transforming who you are, and so that's why I'm big on celebrating these women, because it's not about the weight loss. It's about that whole transformation, and it's like, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And it just opens up your mind. Like when you, when you decide to make this change, it's a domino effect, because now you're taking your health seriously. What is that saying? Like, when you can discipline yourself enough to control what you eat, you can control just about anything. Like it turns you into this like warrior, this life warrior. And so if you don't have a good support system, it can deter your progress. Like, I'm a woman of color, so my black side, they're like, nah, don't get too skinny now. Like,
yes.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I got 10 more pounds to go. Like, So, and so it's, and then, my Spanish side, I remember, there is a gator. I want to show you guys the gator. Okay, while I'm talking, I'm gonna walk up to him. Wait, he may run away. I knew it. He's a small one, because he went back in the lake. Oh, that would have been good. The guy's, he's a tiny one. He's about 2 foot. There's the 13-foot one I'm worried about. But so my aunt, God rest her soul, she was when she would give me food, you get that Thanksgiving plate, so if she would give me a big plate, and because my stomach is so small, I would say, Titi, I can't eat all of it. So sometimes they get offended. So those are the things that people don't really talk about when it comes to the weight loss journey. They don't really talk about that. So and then it's like when you're going through that, like, am I an alien? Like, so I just want to shed light to that. And like, no, you're not alone. It's just that a lot of people don't really understand, physiology, and they don't understand anatomy like that. So they don't understand that you can't physically eat as much as you used to eat.
You're like, my stomach's so small now.
It's like, I can't eat that much. Like, I love it. It tastes great, but I'm just, I can't fit all of that in my pouch now. So, yeah.
Big changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I'm
It-
watching behind you too, because I'm like, if
yeah.
that
So
bigger
there's like,
gator comes,
so
I tell you.
his head is sticking up. His head is sticking up. Like you can see it outside the water. He may come back out. He may come back. He's about 3 foot. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, I'm originally from New York, so gators to me is still,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, but just in case a big one comes out, we got our
Yeah,
viral
yeah.
clip.
That's why I was like, yeah, let me see.
So yeah, that's some things that people don't talk about. They don't talk about that,
Yeah,
and how
it's like a
expensive it is.
big
Like you got to buy
change.
protein shakes, that's expensive. The vitamins, oh, the vitamins, you have to be on vitamins for the rest of your life. And some people, yeah, because people can suffer from malnutrition, malabsorption, especially if you have bypass and SATI. So because they rearrange your intestines. So you have to make sure you're drinking your water and taking your vitamins. And so some of us, they'll be like, well, I don't want to take vitamins for the rest of my life. But I'm like, that's not an excuse to not get the surgery, because you got to put gas in your car every day to keep
Every
the
day.
car moving. And so it's like vitamins are good for you whether you have surgery or not. So it's
Yeah.
just part of your routine. But you'd be surprised the reasons why people are hesitant to make that change, or to,
Yeah.
at least schedule an appointment.
Like any addiction, it's hard, and there's going to be an excuse on why. And
Yeah.
justification. Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, sis.
Okay, so we want to talk about bariatric hair and skin.
Yeah.
So, obviously, yourself, I believe it's your aunt as well, came up as the building products. Oh, you okay?
Yeah. It went
Okay.
down the wrong pipe. Hold on. We got a lot going on in this thing.
Hey, good. That's why it's live. We love it.
Yes.
So, of course, you built a
Yes.
product, but most
Yeah.
importantly, you built this amazing community. So, why
Yeah.
was education just as important as the products with bariatric hair and skincare?
Why was education just important? You said?
As products, yes.
Yeah, because because you have to know, like from a business and entrepreneur standpoint, like you can't just wake up in the morning and say, oh, I have a great idea, I'm gonna make it and sell it. Like you have to have an audience to sell it to. You have to know your audience. You have to know your customers. So I have to be educated. And so for me, it's like knowing the bariatric body. Although our journey is as unique as our fingerprint, but it's like your body changes. So with these ingredients, I had to choose all natural ingredients, because it's interesting, because after surgery, it's like your stomach becomes bougie, your skin becomes sensitive, like you become really picky on what you eat, because you're only limited to like 3 bites, especially the first few months. So you want every bite to be good. You want that food to slap. And so it's like you're picky on what you eat. And then with your skin and your hair, you have to use certain products that are, natural, that they're not going to make your hair fall out even worse. So education is extremely important. You have to be well informed whatever you do, especially when you're talking about getting a weight loss surgery, a life-changing, procedure. And so for my products, I was very intentional on the ingredients I used I chose to use for the products. So it was extremely important. And I love having my aunt as like a mentor, guiding me every step of the way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, with that education, you also partnered with a registered nurse while developing the brand. Your best friend, you were saying. How important was it to combine lived experience with healthcare expertise? Like, how did that help?
Yeah. So immensely. So it was actually my spouse, my wife. So
Oh,
she is,
really? Oh,
yeah. So she is super, super knowledgeable, Navy veteran, super knowledgeable. And so making sure we had the best ingredients, like I just felt safe. I felt like I surrounded myself with subject matter experts. I'm not a nurse. I'm a medical professional, but I'm not a nurse. So it was extremely important that I did my research. It was extremely important that I use the best oils, the best ingredients, because it's something that, I did for myself, originally. So I knew I had to use the best of the best. Like if I knew I wanted my hair to grow back. So as we scaled, I'm like, okay, I have to be on point. I'm not that person that's just gonna package up something and just, no offense to anyone, like, especially when it comes to hair and skin. Guys, our skin is the largest organ on our body. So people don't understand, like what you put on your skin is just like you're eating it. So it's extremely important, to be mindful what you're putting on your skin, especially every day. And so I'm not the type of person to just buy something on a third party website from another country and just package it up nicely and sell it. That's just not me. So I was really intentional about who I surrounded myself with and the products I used.
It's amazing. Yes, as you should. Like
Yeah.
you said, yeah, it is very important. And I feel like with all of these large box, like Amazon, things like that, where you can just get
Yeah.
everything from everywhere. It's hard
Yeah.
to hone in on what's trustworthy. So I'm glad that you made that the forefront of, your product building and,
Yes.
building a business while healing yourself, not only with surgery, but going through divorce, everything. That's already two full-time jobs. Then
Yeah.
you add three kids to it. How did you balance all of these things?
I have ADD, so it's just like right on
It
brand.
helps. It's a superpower. I try to tell people. Yes.
I was just like, listen, I can handle like I feel like entrepreneurs inherently can handle a certain threshold amount of stress.
Yep.
Like I definitely have gone through stuff that can
Thrive.
break a
Yeah.
normal person. I
Hmm.
feel like for me, I don't think there's no such thing as balance. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, there's no such thing as balance. There's times where I had to miss appointments for my kids. It's just I call it a dance.
Yeah.
So you're dancing with one person wants to dance with you right now. You go ahead, bust a move, and then you're like, oh, that person wants to dance. Go ahead and dance. I feel like it's just a sacrifice, and it's like it's not more so balance. It's more of understanding your now, like
Yeah.
what is prioritizing. It's like I have 4 kids now, 16 to 1, so it's like I have to prioritize who
Girl.
who needs me the most. Who needs me the most, what needs my attention the most. And I think for me what helps is that I developed this cute, horrible habit where when the kids are sleeping, I like to stay up or break night and just kind of work uninterrupted, just like
Yes.
thug it
Yeah.
out. That's the
Yeah.
ADD where I hyper focus. So when I'm in those modes, I'm like, oh, I'm in this mood right now. So let me go ahead and do all the things that I was, you know, putting off for a while. So yeah, I think it's more of like prioritizing and realizing, okay, what needs my attention right now? Like
Yeah.
what can I do? It wasn't easy. Yeah, and I need the wire. It wasn't easy, but it taught me a lot about my family and realizing what to do and what not to do. Right.
Mhm.
So it, there's pros and cons of it. Like actually, to go switch gears, like I worked for a millionaire. She is a millionaire. Like everybody knows her. She's CEO, and I learned so much from her.
Mhm.
Shout out to Courtney Adelele, owner of Watch See Beauty. But I learned a lot from her. And I learned a lot about myself. And so, yeah. So back then, when I was in a knee deep with bariatric hair and skincare, I was more in like hustler mode, activating my
Yeah.
masculine energy. Like I got to get it. I got to make these sales. Now I'm in my more like, I wouldn't say soft girl era. I just chose to do things with Jesus this time. So I'm not
Yes.
operating out of lack. I'm operating out of abundance. And it's like, I still can be successful without feeling like I gotta hustle, hustle, hustle. It's more
Yeah.
of like I'm more at peace. That makes sense. I feel like I understand my purpose and everything is gonna work out. I do the work, but it's not as heavy as it was when I was
Yeah.
fully starting and launching bariatric hair and skincare.
Mhm. I love that you mentioned that because we often say a balance, but I'm wired similarly. I probably wait till last minute for certain things just because I know I'm going
Yeah.
to thrive when it's just too crazy.
Yeah.
It's not always good, but understanding that there are going to be times where this is 100%, this is 20, this is,
Mhm.
so just being understanding and giving yourself grace when you're in that journey of building
Yes.
your business. I love that you said that because yeah, a lot of people think like, oh, there's going to be some good day. Like, no, at first it just might feel like the worst decision you ever made, but you'll figure it out and, you'll work with your family. There's understanding. I feel like with me, there was more communication with my girls because it was like, I want you to understand what I'm trying to do instead of taking time away from you. So thank you for
Yeah.
expressing that and what it
Yeah.
really looks like.
Yeah. It's like you guys want to take a trip to Dubai. You guys want to go to take a
Mhm.
trip. You want to take a
Like,
family trip.
Like, give
Mama's
me, give
gotta
me these 3 months. Yeah.
yes. Come on now. Help me out, help your mama out. And I
Yes.
have such strong-willed children. My daughter, my 9-year-old, she just turned 9. She is a force to be reckoned with. Man, she's just like but she's super like I when I do my events, like she'll do the swag bag. So it's like incorporating your children into it
Yes,
makes it
it's very
so
necessary.
much easier. You know, it's like we got to be
Hmm.
creative. Like, okay,
Yes.
how can we check off this? So like we're spending one-on-one time and I'm
Hmm.
working on the business, you know?
Hmm.
So we just got to be creative.
Yes, and teaching them, like, this is what
Yes.
you
Yeah.
want to be able to do.
Yes.
So you get a 2 for 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in this digital age, of course, you're on social media, you are sharing your story. So
Yeah.
social media has become this huge part of your brand. What advice do you have for entrepreneurs who are trying to grow online?
Ooh, oh, you know what? I would say, okay, there's so much advice out there. Like I get, I'm like, you look at all these, oh, girl, like post 80 times a day. You gotta post, you
Yeah.
gotta, you gotta post, you gotta post, you gotta post, you gotta, you know, I would say first start off, okay, you have to find out stuff about yourself, right? So for me, I could work a live stream. I could go on live for 8 hours if I had to. I love live streaming. It's my jam. So, but there's some people who do not do well on live stream. Then that's not for you, right? And I'm just now learning how to play with the captions and the sound effects, and like that just to me, I don't, that's not my thing, but I'm learning. But I would say find out what's best for you, right? And so you have to when you're making content. We know how we were just talking about Bree and Brittany, how to incorporate our children into it. When you're
Yeah.
making content, incorporate content into your life. So if you have a pet, if you walk your dog, that's content, right? You can talk and create content while you're walking your dog. Or if you're in the car a lot, if you're an Uber Eats driver or whatever, or you drive a lot, make content in your car. Or if you're making coffee every morning, set a time, whatever feels comfortable for you. Like I know we look at other people and what they're doing. Yes, that's marketing. You have to see what works and what doesn't work. But ultimately, find out what works for you because it has to be sustainable. That's the thing, the key
Yeah.
word. Whatever you do, you have to sustain it. So you don't want to post and ghost. And don't worry about being perfect because what you're going to do is you're going to just start posting consistently. And then you're going to realize what works and what doesn't work. So if you're trying to grow your brand online, listen, I'm a mom of four. I love kids. I love kids. Okay. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, okay, we have a business, right? Just like our kids. Like, oh my God, look at my daughter, look at my kids. They're so cute. They're so cute. Respectfully, nobody cares about how cute your baby
Yeah.
is, right?
Yes.
Nobody cares about your business. Nobody cares what you're selling.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be that person. Oh, I'm selling this. Buy this for me. Nobody cares, right? And so if you think about it like that, it kind of sounds discouraging. You have
Mhm.
to provide something of substance. What are you giving people, right? So when you're showing up online and you're posting, what are you posting that people can learn from? What are you posting that people want to go back to see your content? You
Mm.
don't want to just post like buy for me. Like give me something to make me want to follow you. Give me something that can help me. And it doesn't matter like what niche, because I follow people from all types of different niches. I felt whatever they posted was helpful to me. So make sure you're posting something that's helpful. And then you could switch it up. There's something called pillars, brand pillars. You could switch it up. Like if you love your dog, post about your dog. If you're vegan, post about that. But then remember, you have to give. Like when there's this misconception like entrepreneurs are like they got they have it made, or it's all about them, but really you have to be really selfless when you're selling a product online. You have to be very selfless, and you have to think about your audience and give. You have to give, and it's hard because you're posting and posting and posting, and it's like, dang. And it's going to be times where you don't see anything, right? You don't see any
Yeah.
sales. You don't see anything. But you have to be the Lulu. You have to know that it's going to work. You have to be consistent. And most importantly, read the free analytics. See where you got your most views, and rinse and repeat. Do the same thing over and over again, and improve your quality. You have to have good lighting. No, like do not post content. If you want to be taken seriously online, make sure you have good lighting. Make sure you have good sound. Like invest in a ring light. Okay. Invest in stuff like that. And just audacity is free. Just have the audacity to show up and share your story. Like there's so many things that we've all gone through on this live, each and every one of us, that we're just like, oh, that was just a regular Tuesday morning. But if you never know whose life you can save, change just by sharing your story. So share your story, be creative, show up consistently, when you're online, and find out what works. Like right now I'm growing the Bariatric Con pageant page, right?
Yeah.
Before I got on this live, I recorded a video. I learned this from TikTok. And so I recorded a video. that I'm going to send to each and every person in my content list. Because on Instagram, you have to have 1,000 followers to go live. So that video I recorded is for everyone in my content list. And I'm asking them, hey, I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking you to sign up for anything. I just need you to help me get to 1,000 followers, right? Because I'm not doing paid ads, although that's something you guys can do. You know, I've worked with brands. They make a lot of money with paid ads, but you use a paid ad once a video goes viral. You don't put a paid ad on a video that had 10 views, you know. But for me, I'm more boots to the ground. I'm more like grassroots, you know. So I'm intentional of how I grow my audience, right? So I'm in the middle of growing 2 different accounts. So it's working. It's a slow burn. It's working though, right? So I started from 0 followers on one account. Now I have 470. On the other one, I have 320. So it's like, man, but the engagement rates are amazing. I'm getting like 13,000 views a day. Like it's just a slow burn, you know? And then also too, I don't ever want you guys to think that because you have a lot of followers, that equates a lot of customers and money.
Right.
That is so far from the truth. Again, I have brands, I've worked with brands. The highest, like our influencers that generated the most money had maybe 1,000 followers, 5,000 followers. The goal is to connect with your audience, right? Because, you know, you can have 1 million followers and they're not buying nothing. There's a lot of celebrities that, you know, they can't convert. They have notoriety, but they don't have influence, right? So they're famous, but they can't sell merch. They can't sell anything. No one's going to buy from them, you know? So you really want to nurture your audience. And that's what I'm saying. If you're trying to grow online, you have to have that type of personality that when someone likes your stuff, look at their page and like some of their stuff back.
Yeah.
Comment their stuff back. Don't be rude, especially if you got like 3 or 4 likes. You mean to tell me you can't go on their page and like their stuff and comment their stuff back?
Exactly.
Are you too good for that? You know, so it's like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you can't, you know, just think that unless, I mean, especially for women of color, like for me, like my journey, like we have to do things a little different, you know? So, you know, we have to really just kind of take care of your family. Like I look at social media like my house. My page is my house. And if you come to my page and if you like something, if you comment something, I'm going to reciprocate. Like, thank you. You know, thank you for coming here, especially on live stream. If people watching, you want to go live stream. I don't care if you have 4 people watching. Ask their name, ask where they're from, ask them how they're doing. Don't be rude. They're in your house. They're talking to you. They're here to see you, you know? And I had a live stream with 12 people and I made thousands of dollars with just 12 people watching, you know? So, and then I had a live stream with 5,000 people and made 0 money. So, you know, it's just really just finding to answer your question and fully and like close it up, just be yourself. And it sounds cliche, I know, but there's something about you that's different. Okay. There's something about you that's different from everyone else. Tap into that, tie it into your story, especially if you're a founder forward led business, tie it into your story and then talk about it. And then fine tune your content creation and stuff like that. There's apps now, you know, available, AI that can help guide you. But don't, you know, just kind of be brave.
Yes, I'm working on it. I gotta be brave.
Do it scared.
When she was saying it, I was like, yeah, no. Okay. Thank you, Jojo. I was like, okay, girl, you don't have to yell at me. Hold on. No, you can be hold on. No, thank you. No, that was a word, honestly. And just having the audacity, like you said, I love that. Because a lot of people do, and you're just like, what are you making? But they're being themselves and they have an audience for it. So yeah, have the audacity to be yourself and show up for your business. Now with that and you showing up, I know you were starting your new pages, especially with the pageant, things like that. Can we get in a little into the pageant? This is something completely new to me.
Yes.
I love that I got to see it. I just want to hear a little bit about that.
So Bariatric Con Pageant is my baby right now. And so for me, okay, so like I'm considered a little neurospicy, right? So growing up, I was just always a girl that just danced to the beat of her own drum. Okay. So who I am today is very different who I was 10 years ago. I had to work on myself very deeply. I had to work on how I articulate my voice, my words. I had to work on a lot of things about myself. Okay. When I was in middle school, I was in a wheelchair because I was in a car accident. And I always I felt connected to the kids that were like and unique abilities, you know. I never fit in with the normies, you know. And so um when I was asked, fast forward, to be a part of a pageant, I was like, oh my God, sure, yeah, oh my God. But I stigmatized the pageant world. I thought those girls were stuck up, mean, superficial, fake. And so I was like, I didn't know what to expect. I was about to cancel the day of. I was like, man, I got to get there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to go. But I went, and I tell you, I was sat, my jaw was dropped. I went in, and the ladies, first of all, they're beautiful, but it wasn't just about their looks. They were just like their aura. There's just like
Mm.
beautiful angels. They're like, hey, queen, welcome. They're all tall, and I was like, oh, hi. They're like, come on in. Where are you from? So polite. They welcomed me in, the judges. I was like, wow. I didn't even know I sat next to Miss Universe until like days later when we were posting the
Wow.
content.
Yeah.
And then I had to compose myself because I wanted to cry. Every contestant, when I was judging at the pageant, had such a beautiful story. They've went through grief. They've lost children, divorce, domestic violence. Like, they had such stories to share, and I was like, oh my God, like, oh my, like, I want to give 10 to everybody,
Yeah.
So just watching just how confident they were, and just listening to their story, and all the things they've overcame. I was like, oh, the bariatric community needs this. Mind you, I didn't say nothing
Mm.
about the contestants and what they look like, what make up
Yeah.
their outfits. It's just a lot to um open yourself to complete strangers, and put yourself in a position for people to judge you,
Yeah.
but and I know they were thinking we were judging them, but baby, I was inspired by them.
Hmm.
And so it was such a wonderful experience. And so with the bariatric community, these women's, I had an event there was a woman who went to my event. It was the first time she's ever gotten on an airplane because she couldn't fit in the seat. Okay, it was the first time she's ever gone to an event ever. She used to have to go to the closest Walmart to her that had a scooter because she couldn't walk around the store. So you talking
Wow.
about women who've never gone to prom. You talking about women who've never gone to an event.
Mm.
The thought of going on stage, what? So it's just having an opportunity for them to be celebrated. And then there's the
Yes.
conference portion, where when you're talking about a weight loss journey, it's not a destination. So we're going to have a conference portion where we're going to have professional subject matter experts. As you know me, I like to surround myself with the best.
Yeah.
My last event, I had Dr. Fatima Stanford. She was on the Oprah Winfrey Show several
Yeah.
times. And so having subject matter experts that are going to teach you about your body and the disease of obesity. So you're not, those days are when when you're going through regain, you're gaining 10 pounds, 30 pounds. Like, it's very easy to say, I'm done, I give up, because I felt like that several times. Whatever, I just give up. I'll just, you go back into that dark place. Now you're eating snacks a lot. Now you're eating Oreos a lot. You're drinking, putting the Oreos in the ice cream and the milk and stuff like that. You're going back to your
Yeah.
old eating habits because you're giving up because you gained 30 pounds. So my hope is to inspire these ladies and let them know, listen, at whatever part of your journey you're at, I want to meet you where you're at, because where you're at right now deserves to be celebrated. The number one
Yes.
question, they're like, oh, I'm not skinny enough. I said, I beg your finest pardon. I don't care about being skinny. It doesn't matter about being skinny.
Yeah.
I want to hear your story, because it's a transformation. It's an entire journey, and every part of that journey deserves to be celebrated.
Yeah.
And so just getting these women to really understand that it's not just a before and after photo. It's literally your life. Like, you think about the women you can inspire to as well. Like, wow, if she could do it, I could do it. And so, it's empowering. And so I really want these women to feel empowered, and I want to guide them, and I want them to really succeed, and just with their stage presence. And if anyone has aspirations, like in content creation, I'm going to guide them, help them with their media kit.
Love
It's a whole
that.
plan I have for them. And so, yeah, I'm just super excited about it. And it's something that's never been done before.
Mhm.
And so, I have a vision, and it's one of those things that you have to go through to realize the value. I've gone
Yeah.
to this is an inaugural event, but I've done several bariatric events, and I like luxury. Like, my last event was the Bridgerton luncheon, and so I
Yes.
had I had men like escort the women to. I had a
Wow.
violinist. Like, so there's things that, because these people, some of these women have never experienced
Yeah.
luxury because they don't leave their house. So I just want to be able to give them an experience to I want them to leave feeling like, wow, I am amazing. Like, wow, I am enough. Even after the weight loss, you'd be surprised how many women they lose all the weight and they still feel like they're not enough.
Yeah, like you
You
said,
know?
that
Yeah.
mental
So
block. Yeah.
yeah. So I just want to build them up, like, because I have that gift. Like, I can see things in people that they don't see about in themselves, and I just want to bring out that superstar in them,
Yeah.
and just have them, share their story. And so the pageant is not just for bariatric patients, for anyone going on a weight loss journey or like on a GLP-1. I want all the girlies to join, and compete.
Beautiful.
And so if you don't want to compete, that's okay. You could be a guest and learn and so it's my baby. I'm super excited about it. I'm just really, I can't wait to, finalize some things because I'm building in public. So it's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
like a little nerve wracking. And like, they're like, what are you doing? So, just having an opportunity to bring these women together and then also brands together, right? So having brands come in and really position their products in front of these women. So
Yeah.
I'm intentional about what brands I partner with. They have to be, vetted by me and make sure, like, okay, I like what you guys are doing here, so just working on that. And I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. I went to an event. So my wife and I would go, and it wasn't cheap. It was something called Girls Just Want a Weekend, right? In
Hmm.
Mexico. And you talk about thousands of dollars, right?
Yeah.
So why would two crazy ladies spend thousands of dollars in this economy, right? It's for the experience. Like,
Yeah.
they think about every detail. Like, they had an agenda of a day for specifically for people who live sober lives, right? So just thinking about, like, wow, they thought about me. And that's how I
Hmm.
am when I create my events with the Bariatric Con pageant. Like, I'm gonna think about everybody, like what the needs of everybody. Like my swag bags. I don't do paper bag swags. Like my
Hmm.
swag bags alone, like I always say, okay, if they don't have a good time, at least their swag bag is gonna be amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm working on a swag
I
bag for
love
an
that.
event for next year. So I pay very close attention to detail. And so I have my hands in everything I do. Like, I'm very detail oriented and I think about the small things and I think about the big things. And so I want everyone to feel special. I want everyone to feel like, wow, I needed this. I didn't know I needed this, but I needed this.
Yes, I love that you created a space where women get to celebrate their own metamorphosis, like you were saying earlier. And in such a luxurious way. I thought about what you were saying, and I knew a few people who were bedridden or just never really put on like a nice dress or things like that because of how they felt about their image. So you encouraging them, like she said, even if you guys don't compete, please be brave enough to show up and celebrate other women. And you don't know what year you're going to feel like doing it. So
Right.
definitely something to be a part of.
Yes.
Now, at Sister Soul Sessions, we ask every guest the same question. I'm very interested to hear yours. If you could give a title to your memoir of your journey thus far, what would the title be and why?
Mm.
I know hers gonna be good.
I know. I'm excited.
Woo! My memoir of my life.
Mhm. Thus far.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, a flower that grew. I'm from Brooklyn originally, so it would be a concrete flower or the flower that grew out of a concrete.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
For sure. And you are definitely just shining. You definitely grew out of that concrete, girl. You are far from that. So I absolutely loved it. All
Thank
right.
you.
So want to close this out, sister?
Okay, so just want to quickly just tell everyone, Miss Jojo B, how can they follow you and how can they shop bariatric hair and skincare?
Yes. Okay. So you can follow me at Bariatric Con Pageant, BARIC. Okay, I don't do public math and public study. BARIC, Bariatric Con Pageant, or it's _ Jojo B. My website is www.bariatrichairandskincare.com. Follow me. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm on all the socials on LinkedIn. I'm here. I'm just a DM away. I answer all my questions. So, or
Yes,
all my
thank you.
DMs. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much. What you're
No, thank
doing is
you.
so amazing,
Thank
ladies,
you.
queens. You guys
Truly
are just
appreciate you.
doing the Lord's work. Like, I love this so much. Thank you for
Trying.
sharing your platform with me. So I appreciate it so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Jojo B. And thank you for reminding us that sometimes our greatest struggle becomes someone else's breakthrough. We truly appreciate you taking the time. Everyone, please follow her, like, share, and comment on everything. And of course, I want to do the bariatric pageant con. So we're going to try to see how we can be a part of that, because that is an amazing, amazing event. And I know a lot of women who experienced it. So thank you guys again for joining us for another amazing episode. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Jojo B.